Okay, Superboy-Prime. If you don't know who he is, he was initially a character who was created in the middle of the original Crisis on Infinite Earths. I want to say it was like DC Comics Presents. Drum the exact number. Now, I think it was like 87 or something. And he was the Earth Prime version of Clark Kent. Earth Prime being, of course, our Earth. He pretty much showed up just long enough to get into the battle with the Anti-Monitor, and then to sacrifice himself for the good of the multiverse, which then became a single universe. Jump forward roughly 20 years to Infinite Crisis. He is now revealed to be part of the two main villains. It's him and Alexander Luthor. This, of course, what people know him for, because that's when he was punching the wall of reality, which he broke only after his strength was augmented by the abilities of Alexander Luthor. He doesn't like the way things have gone. He's been referred to as the idea of he's what a fanboy is. Wants to change everything, hates the current continuity, hates everything. He then decides Superboy is going to come in and save the day. Superboy does not. That's because he found out he's a Clark Kent and Lex Luthor DNA combined. So in their initial meeting, Superboy-Prime pretty much almost entirely kills regular Superboy, Connor Kent. Bases that, plus the Doom Patrol and the Teen Titans show up, and he defeats a lot of them, kills, maims. He's a ridiculously strong individual. He gets taken through by the Flashes, through the Speed Force, comes back in Anti-Monitor style armor, which then constantly feeds him a level of solar radiation, so he gets to keep his relatively high power levels. He shrugs off someone like Black Adam pretty effectively. However, they then begin to go through the process of destroying his suit. Connor dies trying to defeat him. He then decides he's going to fly to Oa, so he more or less fights his way through bits and pieces of the Green Lantern Corps until he's finally defeated by two Supermen. Kon-El and Kal-El. So Earth 1 Earth Superman finally defeat him. He comes back during the Sinestro Corps War, where they again make him a suit of armor. So again he's fighting the Green Lantern Corps. Does a pretty good job. Fights some other DC universe. He then fights some of the other DC universe. As you can see, he's right here. They do destroy his suit, which therefore limits the amount of power he actually has to run with. He then goes one-on-one with Sodom Yat. Sodom Yat is a Daxamite who at that point in time, I think Kryptonian, but lead is their weakness. Who has a Green Lantern ring as well as the Daxamite powers, pseudo-Kryptonian. Then they give him Ion, the main power source of the Green Lanterns. Ironically, since Sodom Yat didn't know he was a Daxamite, didn't know how the yellow sun would affect him, didn't know what Ion would do, those two pretty much fight to a standstill until lead goes into Sodom Yat. Then all of a sudden Sodom Yat just can't hang with him anymore. So that ends up being your difference in overall power levels. When he's got the suit on, he's got a nice constant level of solar radiation. So he gets to pretty much go at near pre-crisis levels when it comes to strength and it comes to speed. So that's what you have on one side. The other side, you have Tyrant. Tyrant is the first spawn of Galactus. Tyrant was initially created, they really don't know why. Some people say maybe Galactus wanted some companionship. But Tyrant wanted to take over, which led to a battle between Tyrant and Galactus. At this time, Tyrant is the same size as Galactus, and Galactus barely defeats him. But this is a relative, full power Galactus. Barely defeats him. Tyrant then comes back, wanting to regather lots of the information and lots of power from the Power Cosmic. So he then captures. I have to go to the list real quick. He then captures the following people: Silver Surfer, Tyrant, Morg, Beta Ray Bill, Gladiator, Jack of Hearts, and Ganymede. So he defeats all of them. They get freed. He defeats them all again until Galactus shows up and defeats him. So that means this guy has pretty much lost twice. Once to Galactus, and pretty much the Annihilator team. What I know about him is because he's dealt with Thanos before. It's actually one of my Thanos finds, where during the Cosmic Powers arc, where again he's fighting a pretty strong group of people. Again you're looking at it's T-Rex, Jack of Hearts. He's taking out a pretty solid group of individuals, as well as Thanos. Thanos actually steals one of his power orbs, and that actually allows him to go one-on-one with a Tyrant. Tyrant pretty much destroys the planet that they're on. Thanos gets up from the ground. He's like, "You're still alive." "Yes." "Well, I just have to kill you." "I have no doubt that you would. However, I got what I wanted and I'm done." So, Tyrant has the ability to stand one-on-one with the majority of the heaviest hitters on the cosmic side of Marvel. And he pretty much could have easily defeated Thanos had Thanos not been wielding one of Tyrant's power orbs. I say one because the end shows Tyrant with like a room full of them. So, let's have these two guys duke it out. As always, I have my different set of criteria. Intelligence, findability, strength, speed, durability, invulnerability, energy projection, versatility, and X factor. We'll get right into this. Intelligence. Tyrant is, they say, eons old. Since he was created by Galactus, nobody knows how long ago. So he's someone who has got probably millennia worth of experience and intelligence. And since he was trained by Galactus, he knows a lot of what Galactus knows. So he's talking to someone who has celestial technology abilities. He also knows how to harness, capture, and transfer multiple energy sources. Versus a guy who was kind of stuck at the age of 13. Freed most of his dialogue, he's pretty much a raging 13-year-old. Intelligence edge, Tyrant. Fighting ability. This is kind of a weird one. Tyrant took out a group referred to as the Spinsterhood, which is probably some of the most dangerous female combatants in the Marvel Universe. He's also done a pretty good job handling lots of severe and very impactful individuals. And Superboy-Prime falls under the bizarre thing of he doesn't really have any fighting skills. If you read Infinite Crisis, he's kind of just like swinging wildly. That's why all of a sudden he's able to get blitzed effectively, he's able to get hit, he doesn't really know what's going on, he doesn't have that much overall experience and that much skill when it comes to overall fighting. So fighting ability definitely has to go to Tyrant. Strength. You could kind of argue this one, however, a pre-crisis Kryptonian pushes planets. Now I know someone's going to say that's actually more of the ability to have to do with tactile telekinesis, or it's more of a speed feat than an actual strength feat, because it's more of a how much momentum can you get to actually push a planet forward. It's not truly a strength feat. However, he did leave an impression when he was doing it, so it tells me that he was actually in the process of pushing. And if you are flying, it's a combination of your strength as well as your overall speed. So strength, definitely Superboy-Prime. Speed, Superboy-Prime. Now, durability. Superboy-Prime, as long as he's got that suit on, can recover pretty quickly. Without that suit, he loses power very fast. Tyrant, immortal. One guy, now we're down to invulnerability. One guy, Kryptonian. All the Kryptonian weaknesses. He's strong with the suit on, however, the suit can be torn off pretty easily. It was shown being torn off by almost anybody. Which is a pretty frightening thing that one of your strongest attributes can be removed very easily. Versus a guy whose body is comprised of biomechanics that were created by Galactus. Energy projection. So, as a Kryptonian, Superboy-Prime does have the heat vision, he has the frost breath, he has all of the standard abilities. He's very good at them because he has no self-control. As I just told you earlier, Tyrant destroyed a planet. Easily. So after he fought like 6 people at the same time and defeated all of them, he then had enough strength to pretty much destroy a planet. And he does have the ability to go toe-to-toe, distance-wise, against somebody like Galactus. Versatility. So after again, you have a guy who really doesn't have a tremendous amount of experience or intelligence or technological background, versus a guy with thousands of years of experience who knows celestial technology, who's defeated some of the heaviest hitters, who has held the power cosmic, knows how to do all sorts of energy blasts, even has psionic attacks. So versatility goes, again, so we're looking at Tyrant. Keeping score at home at 6-2. X Factor. What hasn't been covered? Superboy-Prime is really, really easy to get him out of his fight. To get him out of his mind. You know, they actually had him in Sinestro Corps when he was fighting. He got punched by some of the girls, like Supergirl and Power Girl. He began to cry. So he's ridiculously mentally unstable. Taking on a person who will probably pick up on that in seconds of the fight and will use that to his advantage. And once all of a sudden you just got someone who's got speed and strength swinging wildly against somebody with tons of experience, yeah, he's going to knock him unconscious. He's not going to kill him. He's going to bring him to the brink of death. Then he's going to realize, you know what? Where's he getting his power from? Ooh, he's a solar reflector. I'm not going to kill you. No. I'm pretty much going to put you into a coma, and I'm probably going to find a place on my starship to attach you to siphon all that beautiful power that you're absorbing every time you're near a sun. So pretty much he'll turn him into a hood ornament. If these two get into a fight, Superboy-Prime, lots of skill. However, he's taking on an absolute juggernaut in Tyrant.